Hey, hello everybody. My name is Dalia and welcome to my English class. I hope you all are doing well. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can develop your fluency by consistently practice. Well, I have heard many students are complaining that in spite of having a great teacher, in spite of taking a great course, in spite of spending 6 months or 1 year, still they are unable to improve their fluency. So, what is the reason behind this? In this video, I'm going to cover all the things practically. So, please listen to the video very deeply. Okay. Well, first of all, I would really like to tell to all of you is that nothing can be achieved without working hard. Okay. And let me tell you about my experience because I have been here in this language for about 4 years. Well, there are still many people in the world believe that we can learn English within 6 months, but this is not the case. Okay, many people think spoken English is very easy. I can believe that it is very easy for the students who are from English medium school. It's really very easy for them to be fluent in English. But what about the students from another or other mediums? Okay, it's very tough, right? From my personal experience, I really want to tell you that I have taken minimum 4 years to be really good at English. Okay, and how can you think you will be able to be fluent in English within 6 months or 1 year? It's not possible. Okay, you can develop your fluency if you get a good environment. There is nothing wrong. But still you will have lots of mistakes. Okay, so the thing is that if you really have to be good at English and perfect in English, like pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, each and everything, the construction of sentences, you will take minimum 4 years and you have to work on it consistently. Okay, and if you think that you are taking 6 months of course and you will be really very strong in English, no, this is not the case. This is not the case. From my experience, I'm telling, it's not possible because you have to understand that it's not our mother tongue, number one. Second one, it is our second language. Third one, we are not from English medium school, right? So you must remember it, all the things. So you must have to practice a lot by yourself. When you don't have any environment around yourself, how you will spend enough time, how will you invest enough time, sufficient time to develop your English? Okay, so you have to be very much practical. Okay, don't think you will get everything magically or overnight. No, I didn't learn English overnight. I had to work hard. It was very hard for me to learn the language. I didn't learn it overnight. So, from my experience, I really would like to share to all of you. You will not be able to be good at English within 6 months, of course. Even if a teacher is really very good, but still, if you do not practice at all, you will never be able to develop your English properly. So, only attending classes will not going to help you 100% to develop your skill. A teacher is your guide, a trainer is your guide, but you have to work on it. You have to spend a lot of time. Okay, from my experience, I would like to share, like, I can easily spend 10 hours out of 24 hours on this language, and then I have become good at English. So it was really very hard work for me. If you think 6 months later that my 6 months is over, why I am unable to speak in English? Maybe you are not spending enough time. This is the reason, because you have to understand that it is a language. Okay? It is not like history or geography, something like you can memorize and you can do it. No, this is not the case. Okay? You have to practice more and more. You have to practice. The more you will be spending your time, the more you will be able to speak fluently. Okay? And grammar is very important. You can see many students are improving their fluency within 6 months, and this is true even. Okay? But the problem is that after completing the 6 months of course, you will not be able to use grammar properly. And this is the true. This is true. It's reality. 6 months of course is not going to give you everything. You must invest a long period of time to be good at English. And I know very well students who are learning English just to get a good job or just because of to communicate with people. And some students are learning English because they want to go to abroad, they want to communicate with people. And also there are many students just they want to be smart. That's why they are learning English. So that means English language is not your main subject. And that's the main reason you are not enthusiastic of spending more and more time on this language, because you are always taking the language as your side subject. Okay, so let me tell you about the experience of my life, why I have become fluent in English. The reason is that this is the main subject of my life. I don't have any subject around me. After completing my master's, I intensely concentrated in this language, and I have been working on this language for about 4 years, and I still believe that every student has to take minimum 7 years to be really good at speaking. And if you want to speak like the native speakers, you must take minimum 7 years. And you are thinking to be fluent in English within 6 months? No, not possible. So from today, please forget about it. Instead of thinking about the time period or certificates, focus on learning. This is very important. I have heard many students before taking the admission of anywhere, any institute or anywhere, they ask for the certificates. But this is not the thing. Certificate is not going to give you anything. If you are not learning anything, then what is the meaning of certificate? Okay, in front of the interviewer, if you are unable to speak in English, the certificate will not going to give you job. Understood? Clear? So try to understand by heart and try to understand from the depth of the points I'm sharing here. So what are the things you have to be really careful while you are learning English? And when you are learning English, you have to learn the language like a researcher. That means when you are talking to someone, you have to observe that person. When you are reading books, you have to observe the sentences, the vocabularies. Okay, so each and every moment you have to research the language. Okay, you have to be really very serious about the language. It's not about you will learn the language within 6 months. No, not possible.